Good morning, Paul Georgie from Allendale. It's August 30th, 2010. The month of August about coming to an end here, and markets are volatile to say the least. We've got grain markets overnight sharply higher in corn, especially leading the way of the emotion, we believe, as corn jumped above this key resistance area, 438, then 440, and we closed the electronic session up at the 442 to 43 area. So we've got a lot of emotion there. A lot of stops were activated overnight. The big question is going to be, can we follow through with this emotion and excitement here in the session today? Some of the reasons for the strength: you've got talk of smaller yields, crop conditions this afternoon expected to be lower. The CFTC come out with their commitment of traders report, showed the funds had reduced size of their long positions up until Tuesday of last week, but late in the week we've seen some strength or some buying by funds again, so would expect that they could be even a larger position than they were last week. So overall, news doesn't give us much more fuel for the bull fire here, except that some yields are coming in, early yields. Producers are talking about smaller numbers than expected, but then as they get into the longer season corn, a few of our producers anyway are having excellent yields. So those are facts that we're going to be talking about this week. We've got the Allendale annual yield survey results coming out on Friday morning. Stay tuned for that. We'll see what the farmers think of their crops, and historically it's been a very accurate indication of what the USDA might say. Outside markets this morning, dollar steady, but crude is down 42 as we speak. Stock market indices, they are lower here this morning as well. As far as the weather goes, there should be some moisture moving up into the southern Midwest, southern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, where they need some moisture later this week. That could be supported to the double crop beans in that area. And other than that, we don't have a lot of news to talk about this morning as far as specifics to the grain markets. The big key is going to be money flow. Do we get more fund buying this early this week, or do we get some setbacks in and profit taking at the fund level? Key chart resistance right now in the D's contract is the January high of 449 3/4. In the soybeans, we got resistance around 50 to 52 area, with the major support coming out of the market at 993. If we took out that downside level, we'd have things look pretty ugly there for a moment. In the wheat market, we're in a trading range. We got resistance at 730 with good support at 680. We're trading near that upper end of the range as well. Bit of news for the wheat: Russia's dry area should be getting some moisture here later on this week, and that could help their planting season of their winter crops. So it doesn't look like a complete disaster there in the drought areas. An area that we are watching, though, in the world is Argentina, and even though they're in the winter, they're coming into spring season down there, getting ready for planting. Their growing area in Argentina is extremely dry, and going to have to monitor that very closely as we get into the springtime. In the livestock, the cattle trade cutout values were lower. On the choice, down 44, select down 68. It looks like Labor Day buying is pretty well done. It's going to be a key to watch here. From the outside markets, are the the trader's going to look at the high corn prices and the economic situation around the world. Is that going to impact beef demand? And I think something that we need to monitor very closely. The cattle futures filled the gap on Friday. There was a gap on the October chart at 97.65. That was filled. That's going to provide some support here this morning. Technically, if we break below that, and it gives us an opportunity to have another dollar or two to the downside. In the pork complex, cutout values were lower there. You've seen what funds do when they leave a market. They've taken the pork market off several dollars here late last week. Concerns over higher feed cost, lower or liquidation in pork again, bringing in more pork here into the near-term supply. The buying for Labor Day is pretty much complete, so we've got that to watch this weekend. Russia, egg, the egg recall has been an issue here for pork as well. Concerned that might impact Russian buying. USDA says that should not have any impact on their buying at all. But those are things that we're going to watch, and we'll keep you informed as we go along this week. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call here at Allendale, 800-262-7538. We wish you a successful trading day. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Thank you.